What have these last kind of 48 hours been like as you digest the fact that it came to an end?
Yeah, I mean, it hits you really fast, you know, that it's over. And I mean, the whole time you're going through the playoffs, you understand what your main goal is, and you know, you're working so hard. And the way things were going to the series, we found ways to win the series, found a way to come back against Pittsburgh, and found a way to close it out against Montreal in 6. So we felt that we had a lot of confidence and a lot of belief in each other, and you know, at any point in the LA series, we felt like we were going to turn it around and going to make it happen, accomplish what we were trying to do. And when it ended, it's pretty shocking. It's a pretty devastating feeling because of what we went through as a team, and such highs and such lows. So it was a lot to take in, but ultimately a heck of a run when you think about it overall.
You talked about how the 6-game loss to the Devils a couple of years ago in the conference final could really serve to motivate and push this crew. What do you think getting to the Cup final and not winning there, how can that serve?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable that how the hockey escalates. You know, once you're playing for the Cup, and every like you guys watch, every inch, and every bounce that's so close could be the difference. So you want to. We're fortunate enough to get a taste of it, and you get that taste, and you want to get back there as soon as you can. And I think this group is motivated right away, and we've got the right management and coaching staff that came in and did what they had to do to give us the opportunity. And there's no reason to think that we can't give ourselves another shot right away again.
Look at these last 2 rounds against PK and Drew. Obviously, your name and your play in these last 2 rounds, you've elevated to a higher level. You know, how much confidence does it give you going into next year that your name's obviously going to be mentioned when we talk about NARS?
Yeah, I mean, you got to push yourself to get better every year. I think I took another step this year, and it was, you know, credit to my teammates and coaching staff giving me a little bit more responsibility. And you know, you obviously as a player, you want to make as much of an impact to help your team as you can, and that's really my main focus. Is, you know, when they put you out there, situations you want to try and execute and help the guys win games as much as you can. So it's going to be no different next year. Expectations are going to be even higher, and looking forward to it.
So how do you feel next year, knowing that some of these guys might not be back? Some guys have said this was the best group they've ever played with. How do you feel about this group?
It is. It's unbelievable. We've got no egos on this team, and this group was all about finding ways to win games. It didn't always have to be pretty. Everybody really bought into their role, and you could see when we were on our game, we were a tough team to beat, and that's why everybody was so excited, and hopefully we can keep this group as close to what we had this year as possible.
Ryan, how do you balance
that shot off the post in the summertime? How much would you think about it?
Still thinking about it. I mean, it's going to be it's tough. That was, you know, the first time I thought that it was going in. It had me fooled at the post and went out the other side. I thought it was in the net, but you know, those are the things that keep you pushing, keep you wanting to work hard and continue to get better.
How do you balance, Ryan, the hurt with the sense of accomplishment?
Yeah, I think over time, like anything, you reflect on things that you've done, and it's a tough question because this group was so competitive, so passionate. We had a great, leaders that came in, talked about what it takes to get there. The guys that have won it before, and we all were feeling the effects of what they were saying. Everything was coming true. You know, Richie and Marty and Karsh were talking about things that go on in a series, and it was all kind of happening before our eyes. We kept believing in each other. So the fact that it doesn't happen, you can't not say that we didn't leave it all on the line. I think that's the best thing about this group, is we left it all out there.
Ryan, as a team, do you come away from this series thinking that if we would have done A, B, or C better, it would have been different, more so than they outplayed us and we don't match up as well with them?
I think we wish we could have controlled, the outcome. We had to lead a lot in that series. That's the thing I think is toughest for me, is when we have leads and we let them go. Unfortunately, that's the game isn't played after 2 periods. It's full 60 minutes, a lot of overtime games too, and but the fact that we had to lead a lot in those games, ended up losing them, is a real tough part.
When you think about what Henrik, you obviously always talked about what he meant to this team, but when you see what his effort was in those overtimes, is there something that you just marvel at?
Yeah, you marvel at, but you want to drive right behind him and excel your game. he leads by his play. His play speaks for itself, and his passion to win and his passion to get better every year is unbelievable. So 4th season with him, and he continues to amaze me with what he does out there. And you know, he understands the expectations every year here that we want to be a championship team, and he's going to be the reason for sure one day.
Ryan, there's obviously no need for a captain in this room. Are you at the stage of your career now where you'd be comfortable if it was you?
Absolutely. I felt with this year, the way my play was escalating, I felt more confident as the year going on. I think you know, when you've been given a lot more responsibility and was able to kind of step up, help our team win a lot of games, I think that helps guys believe and rally around you when you say something in the room. You know, guys following behind and want to do better. But the thing with this team is we have a bunch of leaders, and you could point a number of guys that have been here since I've been here that could all be a part of this group, and it'd be a great responsibility for sure.
Was there any discussion about that today?
That becoming more apparent during the playoffs, that assuming there's a captain named for next season, that a few guys seem to really step up, especially in the postseason, to grab that responsibility?
Yeah, you need everybody, and you know, like I said, we lost a guy wearing a C, but didn't matter if you were wearing a letter on your jersey. It seemed like different guys were stepping up with their play, with what was being said in the room, with what was going on off the ice, and keeping everybody on the same page. It's playoffs with traveling so quick and back and forth. You want to make sure guys are bought in all the way and totally focused when it's time to play the games, and our group was, for sure. We have no regrets there. Everybody was all in as soon as that puck dropped. We were focused and dialed in and trying to play the best we could.
Ryan, do you find yourself becoming more vocal with age?
Yeah, absolutely. You get more comfortable around just the practice rinks, the staff, the coaching staff, and obviously the players respect you when you know you've been with that team for a while. And yeah, absolutely being vocal. It's a fun part of the game. You get guys energetic. You keep guys accountable, and they do the same to you. So everybody builds around that.